Welcome, welcome all. This is Camille, and you are on the We Got This Mind and Body page. I am so excited about today. There's a few reasons why I'm excited. Number one, because it is the eighth. The eighth for me represents infinite energy, constant motion. So it is my day, 8. Just a little side note, I'm also born on the 18th, so I always follow that beautiful sign of 8. Second reason why I'm excited was this morning, I got to experience the rare beaver blood moon eclipse. Oh, the vibration, the frequency that just is flowing through me is so beautiful, and it is also a part of healthy living and wellness. And the third reason why I'm excited is I have my my ultimate favorite waitress here with us today, and she's going to teach us all about what we serve the universe is what we receive, meaning how we use our language, the things that we desire, the things that we, the abundance that we, the feelings that we want. It truly starts with our language, our thoughts, our vibration, our frequency. So definitely, I would love. It is my honor to introduce to you. She's known as your spiritual waitress, and we'll get into why she's known as a spiritual waitress. And her name is beautiful Dawn. Let's get her up here, Miss Dawn.
Hello.
Hey, girl. Hey. I am so excited to have you here today on a huge energy day, which is that infinite 8, that beautiful 8 that is constantly in motion, as well as after the eve, or not even the eve, what do we call what comes afterwards? After that blood moon, it's just a great.
Well, we're still being part of it. I mean, even when you just said now, when you connected to when you saw it this morning, and it was 6 o'clock your time or 6:30 in the morning, and I just still have this vibrating energy going through us because we're all connected to this. This is a power source. We cannot live without the moon. The fact that you saw it at its most beautiful. Do you actually understand what the lunar eclipse is and what the blood moon is?
I do in simple terms, but we would love, Miss Dawn, Miss Spiritual Waitress, if you could elaborate for us.
Well, obviously, yes, since I am, I was saying 800 years old, but I know that I'm much older than that. So since I've been around a few years, and I do call myself a spiritual waitress, it means I am highly connected to the abundance of the realm that we're all connected to. And the power of this blood moon, this lunar eclipse, it means that what happened at 6:30 this morning on your time was the sun, the moon, and the earth were all in alignment with each other. And it was that shadow that created, from the shadow and the moon and the sun, that creates that blood orange effect. But the powers that come from this is an extremely important day. And just as you said, the number 8 is so powerful. When you get in this beautiful synchronized state of working with the number 8, you're then on this beautiful infinite path. There's no getting out once you're on. So we have the 8th, and it's the 11th as well. And today is a day that we embrace new beginnings. This allows you to purge. This allows you to release what no longer serves you, and now practice meditating and manifesting these new mantras of what you would like to see happening in your life today. This is a very powerful day. Every full moon is powerful, but this, because you have all the planets aligning together, you will feel the result of it, the energetic field. This, in the astrological world, this is an abundance of strength working together. So I love that you saw it.
I love it. I actually just was, as you were speaking, I was like, I saw it, but I also recorded it because, as I like to be known as, I am everyone's accountability coach, and not everybody had the opportunity to see it in its live glory. So I want to pay it forward to all of my viewers, and I'm going to share it as we speak. I will load it up so that we can also
amazing
so we can see exactly what we're talking about when it comes to the blood moon. But I want to share my experience with when I was out there, and why I love this, and why this is also, frequency is a part of healthy living, because we are all energy, we are all vibration, and where we align our energy is where our energy will flow. And that also goes with even our intentions. You know, intention is an energy. It's a frequency. And as I was standing out, first and foremost, I got to tell you the story about my blood moon search. So I went out to the front and I thought I would see it out there and I couldn't see it. So I was like, where is it? The sky though was absolutely beautiful. It was clear as day. Like it looked like I could see every star in the galaxy. So then I go to the back of my house. I still can't see it. I'm like, where did it go? So then Camille puts on her flip-flops with on a little dress, little sleeper, and I run down the street and I see it right over the mountains because we have a little bit of an escarpment. And when I saw it, it's like I stopped right in my path. And as I was holding my crystals, instantly these power words came to me. Power words. And one word that really kept on coming was love. Love. I am strong. I am powerful. Faith, joy, peace, love, love. Love kept on coming through. And when I think about that frequency, the love that it was talking to is because I'm loving myself so much more from the inside out, Camille, from the inside out, that frequency is flowing all around me. And that blood moon was a reminder to continue to love into myself. Because when I love me wholeheartedly, I can love everything else around me, the beauties of this world, all that distraction that we're always being inundated with. It reflects right off of me because I have the frequency of love surrounding me. And I have to really honestly, between yourself and I have some other beautiful ladies that are going to be on this platform too, you all have really shown me as a fitness trainer, a nutritionist, a transformational specialist, the power of frequency, of energy. And I want to thank you for bringing that to my life and to this community. So I would love for you to share about.
Well, everything is energy. Everything, every tree, every planet, every person, every plant, every flower, it's all energy. And I wish that the humans could actually be a little bit more animal-like or planet-like, because like the tree, like the animal, they just survive. They just trust in the vibration being energy itself. We all come from the same, but the human, when we are born, we're all born. We're born into a world of love, into a world of peace. Spirit is peaceful. Spirit is love. Spirit is healthy. And it's just the human. When you start to put your mind to things, you start creating things. And this is when you start connecting to this frequency of transmitting informations to the universe or God, whatever it is you wish to call it. As long as you have that belief system, you must understand, what do? I help people manifest, because you are what you order. Whatever you're putting your thoughts to, whatever you're putting your mind to, whatever you're putting your feelings and words to, you are placing orders. Look at the tree. We have 4 seasons. Well, in most countries, we have 4 seasons. And during this time of the year, the fall, you will start to see the leaves change color. Isn't it the most magnificent thing to look at? But guess what's happening? The leaves are dying. And they become at their most beautiful when they're dying. You get to see them in this gorgeous state. And then the leaves will fall off the trees. But the tree itself never doubts the power it's connected to. It knows, it stands patient and it stands strong because it knows that the leaves will come back. But as a human, when things disappear, we start to panic. You start to panic because I'm only 20% human. But you start to panic. And now as you panic, you're then cutting off the oxygen, which you have for free, by the way, from the brain. And then the brain starts going into this panic mode and this stress mode. And as you're connecting to this energy, the universe, or God, whatever you want to call it, understands that you would like more of whatever you're putting your time and your focus to. And today especially, if you would like to manifest things into your life, use the power of frequency today, because it is at extremely high levels. Like I said earlier, the astrological strength between the planets, then vibrates throughout the planet Earth, and everybody will feel the rewards from us. But you need to trust it. You need to believe it. You need to understand, as you came into this world where you had no doubts and no fears and no anxieties because you didn't understand anything, you just came into this world and you trusted in your existence.
Yes.
If you can continue doing this and you can practice focusing on that of which brings you joy and happiness, and whatever it is that you need to show up, whether it's love, whether it's your health, whether it's wealth, okay, put your energy to it and trust that you are working with the most powerful thing in this world. You think technology is powerful? It doesn't exist without energy. The brain, the mind created everything technological that you work with on a day-to-day basis. Look at this. There are no wires involved here. We are telepathically working through the fiber optic system of the universe. And we're transmitting voice and we're transmitting movement. This is exactly the same as what you're doing every single day. So use today with the power that it has. And you can do this, by the way, every full moon. For me, I am a master manifester, and I have been doing this. And I remember in 2011, maybe 2010 or 2011, I remember that I needed a specific amount of money. It's quite a large amount of money. So I took myself out, and I was owed a lot of money from jobs that I did. And I took myself out and I walked around this huge, beautiful lake. And I connected to the full moon the whole time. And I just kept saying to the moon, thank you so much. And I was focused on what the money was bringing me, not the money itself. And this is this gorgeous new apartment, which I was moving into in Dubai. And I walked around the lake and I just did it for a solid 15 minutes. And I said, thank you so much for my gorgeous apartment. I love it. Oh my gosh, how I love to walk inside it. And 2 days later, all the money came in for it. I signed the document the day after it. And it's just, that is the power that you are all connected to. Anybody watching this, you all have the same abundant power. You just have to trust and put your mind to it and believe that whatever it is that you wish to see in your life is there waiting for you. It's all down to you. So Camille, what are you manifesting today, please?
Well, I just want to say one thing before I answer that question is that one thing that stood out for me that you had said to me in the past about trust and doubt is we never doubt our next breath. We just breathe. You know, when you said that, it was imprinted in my brain because now I say to myself, how dare I, Camille, doubt my greatness when we're already born into greatness? It is the frequency that I'm living in. So I trust it. And even when we were talking just now, I have my computer on a stand and I have all my crystals behind me. So I just dug my hand underneath my stand, right? I was actually getting the looking for the clear quartz. And you know which one I pulled out? Again, what did I say that the blood moon kept on saying?
Love.
Love, love, love. This is the rose quartz.
Energies. Trust in where you're being guided to.
It's not. I always say, isn't it crazy? But it's not, because it is all. It's all in the and it's all a part of the law.
So let's talk about that, Camille. Remember when I said to you, you can have all the crystals, but the crystals will only work when you're in frequency with each crystal. So what do you have to do when you have a crystal? You need to cleanse it and you need to connect and have a relationship with it. So I'm holding citrine. And citrine is all about prosperity, because I wish to bring prosperity to Camille and everybody who's watching this. And the power that I have with this tower of citrine is incredible. Why? Because I am now connected to the energy that's connecting to this, which goes with this beautiful infinite reciprocal flow. And trust me, but you have to trust in your frequency, knowing that you're connected. So the importance that you have, knowing that when you hold your crystals, whichever, okay, so let's take Let's take a rose quartz now. Okay, exactly. This is the power of love. And for this, remember, what makes the world go round?
What
Love.
the world needs now is love, sweet love. I always say, I cannot hold a tone, but I could sing. So I am blessed, right? So, yes,
It's
absolutely.
all perception, right? It's all
Mhm.
perception. If you believe that you can sing, you're doing it for you. You're doing
Exactly.
this for you. And that's the important part. So many people are so busy doing things for others and putting themselves second. When you put yourself first, when you put your own feelings first, it will benefit everybody else. When you say, oh my gosh, I have so much self-value, so much self-worth, so much self-love, then everybody else will suddenly benefit from it. Because how many times, Camille, have you had someone look at you and go, you look different, what's happening? It's because you're in such a good mood and your aura shines. That's why people stare at me wherever I go, because I choose to be happy. I choose to feel loved. I choose to connect to the leaves on the trees and to the luna, because at the end of the day, the moon is my ruling planet, but this full moon is a full moon in Taurus. So everyone who is born under the Taurus sign is going to be really, really gaining the powers of this full moon.
That's beautiful. And to answer your question about my intention or to set my intention right now at this given moment and why I just, how our frequency just aligned for today is to really share the beauty and blessing of understanding the power of personal development in your overall wellness in abundance. So my intention right now is to really put to the forefront the power of knowing thyself, thy inner self. And because, yes, people look at me as for fitness and nutrition, but the true foundation of change in your life is truly understanding it starts from within. We can give you all the tools, we can guide you, we can direct you, but if you're continuously serving through your thoughts things that no longer give you any purpose, bring any purpose to you, everything that we're doing for you is not going to align with your frequency and vibration. So you really need to get a deeper understanding of thy inner self, the vibrations, where you need to focus your energy, where you want your energy to flow. Not just, and I'm going to go back to what I do, because a lot of people, when they think about healthy living, they think about weight loss or weight gain or nutrition. When healthy living also it really does start in the mindset. It starts in your vibration. It starts in the frequency and that intention, So I'm so excited that today was a day that we get to have this conversation, because personal development has been a huge stepping stone in my life and in my practice. And when others get the realization that when they're speaking the language out, the universe is always listening, and it does not discriminate on the words that you're saying. They will serve you everything that you say out loud. So, spiritual waitress, I would love for you to tell everybody exactly why you call yourself the spiritual waitress.
Before I do that, I just want to remind you that, yes, what you said, what you put into your mind and what you put into your body has a reaction on how you feel. And that is really, really important. Yeah, that is so, so important. And I love that you're on this path. I love that you're on this journey.
Yes, and I am so happy and I'm so excited to bring so many others, because we're all worth it. When we take that time, we're exactly what you said, Dawn, we're constantly doing for others. We're doing this, we're doing that. And, I'm guilty of it. You see, sometimes the kids are like taking over, but now I'm starting to be even more intentional with them to make them understand that mommy also time is important and is valued, so that I can be even better with them. So it also goes, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, as you know, that I live in a constant state of awareness, and that's what I'm teaching people. And when you, as well as every single person, when you are in this state of knowing how you're reacting, how you're responding, how you're feeling, you then maintain the knowing that only you, after all, has the control. Nobody can make you feel anything unless you let them.
Exactly.
You have the full control over how you are attracting things, how you are reflecting things,
Mm.
and how you are maintaining that thought. So I encourage everybody, really do start to practice being in this constant state of awareness. I can tell you it's a great place to be.
Yes. Now, Miss Spiritual Waitress, I just downloaded the blood moons, but we're gonna leave that for the last minute because
Now
for
let's see it. I'm so
yeah,
excited.
no, you know what? We're gonna wait for the last little bit because we want to make sure that everybody is staying tuned and listening to this great conversation.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I'm bringing this to the We Got This platform because I want us to truly live a healthy lifestyle, mind, body, soul, and spirit. Understand the power of our thoughts, our frequency, understanding that we are all spirits, having a human experience, and that energy never dies. We need to align it to where it serves us to get to our own individual desires. So again, Miss Spiritual Waitress, why do they call you that?
Well, obviously, I've been doing therapy with people now, doing mind realignment for over 12 years. And it was during this time that I realized that everything that we're doing is literally like placing an order. So I started to think to myself, and I started to work with my clients and say, hold on a second. When they would say something, let me just put on my little waitress. It's a teaser. It's a little
It was
teaser.
a little teaser.
I would imagine like putting in my little waitress outfit on, I'm going to come and take your order. So you've ordered everything that you do not like. You've ordered everything that's not serving you. You've ordered everything that's causing you pain. And as a spiritual waitress working with the high vibration, here's what you ordered. And everybody would say, no, no, no. So it would allow me to play with the minds and just make them consciously think and obviously realign to making decisions that serve them better. So this is to make people aware the spiritual waitress takes orders. I'm here to serve you. It's everything's connected to being the spiritual waitress. I'm here to serve and embrace you and make you aware that everything you're doing, you are what you order. Everything you're feeling, you are what you order. Everything you're saying, you are what you order. So it's important for me to make you aware that when you embrace this fundamental paradigm, that you are actually connected to the same vibration, frequency, and energy as me, and as you, and as him, and as her, and as them, then you can actually also be conscious of knowing what you are bringing in. Let's give an example. If you are constantly saying, I have no money, I'm literally broke, spiritual waitress, and along with the other angels that work with us, understand that you would like to have more of which you are putting your attention to. So here's more reason to feel poor. Is that what you would want? No. Same goes for love. If you sit there and you are focused on being single and alone and crying and being miserable, you are missing out on sending out love energy to your perfect partner who's probably doing the same thing. But if you sit there going, I'm alone, why am I always attracting the wrong person? Again, spiritual waitress will come in and take your order. And I'm confused because I'm just like, this doesn't look like it serves you well. If I brought you this on a plate, you would look at me like I was crazy.
Yeah.
And so it's important that you now shift your focus, shift your attention, shift your energy to being in a place of love, because it starts within. Yeah. Same with health. The concept is the same no matter what it is: health, wealth, love. Okay. What are the three most important things that you have in this world? It's firstly health, because nothing happens without life. Then it's love. Then it's success. You get all confused because who knows that when you're in a relationship, you just have all this power and you feel like you can just climb a mountain. So love really does empower you as well. So it's important that if you imagine me coming to you in a restaurant and serving you your favorite food, which is about 2 weeks old, knowing it's the same as you placing orders into your life. You are what you order. So for me now, and trust me, I've had my fair share of ugly meals in my time. prior to me doing what I do now. And as you know, that I practice every single day, being in a constant state of awareness. I know how I feel. I know how I react. Doesn't matter what other people are doing. That's not my business. My business is how I feel. Yes. And now, so my profession is, obviously, I'm a master manifester. I'm a mind realignment specialist, and I'm a motivational speaker. Everything that comes out of my mouth will benefit you because it benefits me. And that's literally why I do what I do, because I get to help people for a living. That's amazing. And guess what? I actually get paid for it as well. I get paid to do something. Two things are involved as being a specialist and therapist and a coach. You have to master the art of two things: listening, so you know how to respond. Mm-hmm. When you can, and Camille, you and I have said this as well, if people can go into whatever they want to deliver, whether it be a statement or advice or support or coaching, you must be living it in yourself. And you must go into this state of beautiful knowing that the information that you are giving people is helping them and it's serving them. Again, spiritual waitress, everything comes back to serving. You must first serve yourself with the thought, serve yourself with the knowing, serve yourself with the acceptance and belief that you actually hold all the tools, all the power, all the pieces to your life. It all starts with you. And the funniest thing, how many people have said to me, and I'm blessed with it, and I'm grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And my clients will say, my gosh, you changed my life. I didn't. Go on, Camille, tell them.
Yeah.
We cannot change other people's lives. Who changes other people's lives?
Yourself.
You change.
Truly do. Yeah.
But you need the coach. If you're stuck, you're stuck somewhere and you would love, like today, this is a day to get out of all your slumps. This is the day to change this fundamental paradigm that we're talking about. This is the day that you manifest everything that you've ever desired into existence. This is the day, because we work with a higher energy frequency. So if you would like to see change in your life, first you make change in yourself. And you now manifest and you practice putting your focus and your attention to the result. Remember, we haven't got to focus. Let's say people who wish to fall in love, you're not going to focus on how love feels, in what love is for. You focus on how it feels. Yeah. And those people want to manifest money into their life. Give yourself the reason as to why you need the money. Not the money itself, like I did with my apartment all those years ago. And the health. Why would you like to be healthy? Because you would like to live a long life. Yes. It's very simple, actually. But you need the coach, you need the therapist, you need the mentor, you need the guide to teach you how to come back to reality. And reality is right here.
Absolutely. I love and you know what? This is why I had to bring my beautiful manifesting coach to this amazing community, because anything that I see that elevates myself, I'm always going to pay it forward and share with other like-minded individuals to elevate them too. And why I also have a manifestation coach. Yes, I do mindsets, but every coach still needs coaching and mentoring. And what I love about what Dawn has really brought into my life is now when my clients speak to me, I'm even more aware of their language. Because a lot of stuff that I hear is, oh, I just don't have the time. I just can't do it. My body, my knees, all of these things. And then I redirect it. But when I speak with them, we speak, instead of the can'ts, we speak in abundance, the visualization of the can. And it truly came from even me going through my personal development, because as I always say, personal development, as long as you have air in your lungs, it's going to be something that is constantly in motion. It's constantly going to be something that we're going to be working on, because our habits change, the things that we desire change, but we always want to make sure it is aligned with our desires. And I want to say,
Camille, how about you share a story as to why you do what you do now? What did you have to go through in order to find yourself in a position now that you can teach others to improve their lives?
Yeah, so there's two things that I went through that really opened up my eyes, and where I knew it was my time to live my life and then pay it forward. The first one was in 2018, seeing my mom go through what I call an awake coma. I saw her; she was in a hospital for about 6 months, unable to eat, speak, even breathe on everything on her own. And when I saw that, and I saw that her own body she was trapped in her own body, I made a vow to myself that while I have strength in my body, I'm gonna love it even more. Because we don't know when our end time is or when situations happen. So I'm gonna absolutely love it. And then I don't want to say. See, I said that word. We are going to see why I'm readjusting my words. This is something I'm also learning. There's words.
Good, you're
Yeah,
aware.
there's words that we should not be using, such as not, don't. I even said just now, hate. And what I should say is, it allowed me to discover the power and beauty and blessing of having a sound body. Why should we wait until we have a health scare, or we see, someone that we love in the hospital for 6 months before we do something for ourselves? And in order for us to ever have any abundance in this world and truly enjoy it, we have to be at optimal health. And then the second one that got me was this pandemic. This pandemic it tried to infiltrate my mind, but that self-awareness came out. So fitness and nutrition isn't about weight loss or weight gain for myself. It is about self-love. I'm loving into my mind. I'm loving into my body by keeping it active, by nourishing it, nurturing it. And again, the frequency of love that I feel the strongest since I've been on this path, again, is a love that is within myself. And ever since I've been building this deeper love for myself, not only am I eating better because I want to live longer, but I'm also able to love others so much more deeply. And it's because I have a new set of glasses on. I see a different lens when I look at everyone around me. I just see love, unity, and harmony when I look at people, because we're all so unique. And it gets me excited how much people don't really understand or know who they are. And then when you get the opportunity to show them how amazing they are, that to me is the biggest reward. Is when I hear somebody first coming to us first, and you must get that too. They're feeling all of this, but when they actually are realizing the beauty that they already had the keys, they already had everything that they needed to get to the thing, to their desire, and you were there and you watched that whole transformation, it just again brings back up that harmony and beauty in life. And that's how I do it.
Just to add to that, actually, because I obviously have this gift to connect to the core of the person, I always and only connect to the results and the benefits that the client will achieve while being with us, whether it's a fitness, whether it's mindset, whether it's manifestation, whether it's just realigning your thought patterns. And when we as teachers, we as coaches, and we can focus on the result itself, oh my gosh, when we see the client hit that result, it's like, yes, but we saw it already. And that is something we must always teach people, that to always guide the idea that this is the benefit. This is the benefit. This is where you can be, and you can be there as quick as that. Because when you apply mindset and we apply obviously fitness, health, a physical fitness and a mental fitness, and you collaborate the two, oh my gosh, what you can achieve is just beyond your thoughts.
It's mind-blowing. And what I always say now, this is like my whole mantra in my head, is that the way how I show love to my inner self, my spirit, is by pouring love into my physical self, because my spirit chose me to live a life of abundance in this beautiful earth. And it wants to live as long as it can, but it does not have the physical. Still has to be in alignment. It has to be at optimal, and that is mind, body, soul, spirit. And we need to understand that when we are feeding this muscle upstairs with information that does not serve us, when we are feeding our second brain, which is our stomach, with processed foods, that is a control that we're giving away. that we don't have to give away. We live in a beautiful world where we have full control over our mind. Nobody can take it away. Nobody can take it away. And when you become aware of the beauty that has always been there from the time that this spirit chose that body, I get a high off of this because
it's important. And this word that you use, this word control, when you start to practice and you promote the I am affirmations, I am in control, I am deserving, I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am loved, I am abundant. These, you take full control over the results.
Full control. And you know what? When we're saying these, think about these I ams. How many times have us ladies, and there could be men listening too, but you know what, us humans, I'm going to say rather, because this is not gender specific at all, walk past a mirror and then stop and then look and then look and then look and then, oh my gosh, look at this gray hair. What's happening to me? Oh, I'm so old. I'm so this. I'm so that. We're using the I ams in the way that we should not be using them. Stop being.
You are ordering.
You're being your biggest enemy through your enemy. You're name calling yourself. But if you stop for a minute and say, oh wow, these gray hairs are just showing how much I'm maturing in life. As my dad always calls them, he doesn't call it gray hair, he calls it platinum, because he's living a platinum life. So he rocks it. So when we change our perception, because remember, perception is something that is created from the physical world. It's how we perceive things, just like we label things. Humans do it. But if we look at, for instance, we call this a phone because that's what it was labeled. But in actuality, we could have called it a thingamajigger. And initially we would have been calling it a thingamajigger. So that is why we need to really be in control of our thoughts. Control
my thingamajigger. I want to call it thingamajigger.
Yeah. And this is why, again, I really wanted to bring you to this community, because people need to understand that wellness and healthy lifestyle is so much more than just that fitness and that mindset. In that nutrition. And I really want people to start taking action on themselves, because I see so much beauty, and I know you see it too. And this is why us coaches are here to remind you, to get you excited, motivated, and inspire you to stay on that path, because you have that greatness. But we need to change a lot of the habits that you have developed over those years. So give yourself some grace. And this is why I always say, especially when it comes to the wellness industry, they have these lose 30 pounds in 30 days, feel great. You know what we're doing? We're setting ourselves up for, we could lose those pounds in 30 days, but we're only having our intentions for that 30 days. Whatever happens on day 31, day 65, because we haven't really set that intention out. And that's why we go through these yo-yos, and then we blame everything else, when in actuality, we haven't really put any real foundation to the lifestyle itself, or to the why, the motivator, I should say rather. So I love Miss Spiritual Dawn. I know that you have something to say. I can tell. I can always see in your face.
Yeah, because I know. I listen, and I observe, and I think about things, and I love this when you're talking about the goals. Now, goals to me are labels. So if you set yourself a goal and you apply a label to it, you're now working towards it. But if you can already have, and let's take what Camille does for a living. Okay, she's teaching people how to be a better version of themselves. She's teaching people how to be in a better mindset, which makes you physically capable. But when you can actually just be in a relationship with the result, rather than, okay, so what do I have to do to get there? And just focus on, you know what? I know after doing these sessions or these courses or these webinars, I literally am so excited about what I take away from it or what I'm feeling from it. And you just have this relationship with the result. And I'll give you the practice that I always, the self-loving practice that I always maintain and do every single day. And I'm not one for looking in the mirror. So this isn't meant to sound like an arrogance at all. But when I do look in the mirror, I just look and I say, my gosh, I have the most beautiful hair. And I walk towards the mirror and I say, oh my gosh, my body is incredible. So I start my workout here. I start my hair growth here. I start my skin routine here. When you focus on, like you just pointed out, the platinum hair, or as people do, you know that 70% of the world's population actually wake up and they find things to complain about.
100%.
What if you woke up and you said to yourself every single morning, I'm just going to focus on five things that I would like to see change or that I'm grateful for. And you will actually witness change happen in front of you. When you can manifest your destiny in your mind, you will see. And by the way, those gray hairs will come more if you focus on them, if you order them. That weight will gain if you focus on the weight gain. But if you focused on having beautiful, and I am a natural blonde, you focus on having natural hair, you focus on having a good, healthy body, if you focus on your heart being healthy, you're now focusing on the DNA that your body responds to, the DNA messages, those quantum physical messages which are sent to the body, and the body responds to it. Your hair will grow in a certain way. Your nails will grow in a certain way. Your skin will turn out in a certain way. You are sending information, orders to your body for it to react how you would like. So it's time for you to be aware on what are you doing when you look in the mirror?
Yeah, that is so key. And as we change our thoughts, you know what happens as we change our thoughts? Our actions change. So when we are already aligning ourselves up with that self-awareness and everything that we desire, keeping that mindset to that, and that result that we are looking to achieve, then go to that next level, we need to also do the work. Right? We need to put in the work in ourselves too. It just doesn't happen as
we're not magicians.
Yeah, no.
The coach isn't the magician. You got to be doing the work.
Exactly. And I think that's where a lot of people get, that's what they say, this doesn't work. This is woo-ha. This is that. No, it's not. We're giving information.
Let's look at that. Let's look at that test. When somebody says, okay, I'm going to follow your meal plan. I'm going to follow your diet that you've given me. And they're not following the diet. And then the 2 weeks later, you'll say to them, so how is it going? And they're miserable because they're saying, well, I'm still the same. And then you ask them the question, well, did you follow the meal plan? Well, not quite. So where did you think change is going to occur if you didn't follow the rule that you create for yourself?
That's the part. And, and I'm not, it's not about, animosity or anything. I'm trying to teach people that you have a goal, you have a desire. I am so excited to show you how you can get there. Not even how guide you, I should say, guide you to the direction that you need. But if you are not putting in that work and still feeling like as if the results will just come to you, or that the program, it's the journaling, it's everything else is its fault. In actuality, it's not about fault, it's all about action. And also it's about repetition and consistency. And I'll tell you, it doesn't happen overnight. It's a work in progress. But it can. Yes, you're right. So this is what, let me rephrase that. So when you first myself, when I was going through my personal development, it was a learning lesson, especially being that aware of my thoughts. And sometimes those intrusive thoughts will come over. But what I would do is during those intrusive thoughts, that's when I would do the opposite. That's when I started writing. And it was, a lot of will, a lot of power, and through repetition, through consistency, it is now an everyday habit. It's now a part of me. Now I'm so aware. I'm still working on being even more aware because I'm still a work in progress, but I'm still a masterpiece. But I'm loving the fact of how aware I am of my thoughts, my words, and how much they impact the actions that I take. And this is what I want to show to everybody that I know. You cannot have an action or an emotion without a thought. Your thought is what I call is messages from your soul. So if you are speaking all this stuff that doesn't serve you, if you're sitting down doing absolutely nothing, are we ever going to get any change? Are you going to see the change? Is it going to happen? Or do we still have to do the work? What is it, Dawn? Do you still have to do the work?
When you make the change, you will see the change.
There you go. There you go. And I have to say, I met Dawn on Clubhouse a few months ago, and she has been, not only lighting up my life, but she has lighted up so many others. And it is an absolute honor and blessing to have you here. And we would love to know how we could connect with you. Definitely, I highly recommend when you are going on a wellness journey that you do have coaches in different areas of your personal development. One being such as what Dawn does. I would love, love, love for you to tell us how to contact with you, any of that kind of great stuff. And
okay, yeah, thank you. I mean, it's a blessing. And of course, as you know, nothing is a coincidence. So when people show up in my life, it means you are either on my frequency or you wish to be on this frequency. And if you wish to be on this frequency, it means we have to release some habitual programming. It means we have to release some trauma, some childhood events. And we have to recondition the conscious mind, which will precondition, forgive me, we have to precondition the conscious mind, which reconditions the subconscious. And you remove those associated traumas that you carried, which you haven't realized that have an effect on your current situation or your current days or current feelings. So what I do with you is I simply teach you and guide you to a place of peace, a place of blessings, a place of enjoyment, a place of prosperity, a place of love, a place of health, a place of abundance. And if that's a place that you would like to visit, then I think it's time. It's time to change, and it's time to remove those habitual habits which have been bringing you to a place that you actually do not deserve, because you deserve to be in a place of peace. You deserve to be wealthy. You deserve to be healthy, and you definitely deserve to be loved. So if you would like to contact me, we are actually building the AIA motivation website right now. But in the meantime, you can always direct message me on Instagram. I am the Spiritual Waitress on all platforms. I am the one and the only spiritual waitress. So if you put it into Google, I'm going to show up. But we ask you to commit to the change that you would like to see in your life. You are what you order. And once you start to understand that where you're putting your time, your attention, and your focus and your energy is exactly what's going to show up. But there are certain things that we must release in order for you to invite those new beginnings, and today being a day that you can invite these new beginnings. So Camille, thank you so much. I love that. Okay, I love it, but it doesn't surprise me that you are now a huge part of my life, along with all these other amazing people who are showing up, because guess what? They are ready to make the shift. And I love this and I support it.
Absolutely. You know what they always say, that saying is, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And
thank you, great Romy.
Absolutely. And I am so grateful to have you on this platform to really show, and not even show, just get people excited to truly understand their inner self, their self-awareness, to the power of the frequency, love, all of their inner beings, and know that we are not, some people feel like, oh, well, I'm in this environment, this. Let's focus on inner, and let's develop and see how the exterior will change, because the universe will serve you. I'll leave you this one last thing that I heard, and I always mess up quotes, so please, everyone.
Oh, hold on. What do you just program yourself? What are you ordering?
I see. This is why you see why you have.
So you can't be surprised.
Let me correct myself.
If Camille messes up, it's because she just ordered it.
Yes, exactly. So see how I just caught my.
Well, this way, she's there. She's there. She's ordering.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna say, I like to put a little twists on people's quotes. And one that I love is from Earl Nightingale, and it's all about the universe, how the universe does not discriminate on what you order. Meaning, for an example, you can have the same bed of soil and plant beautiful roses. And on the same, and the next side, you could plant, poison ivy. They both will grow in abundance if you water it. So if you don't want that poison ivy in your life, don't serve it. Pour into that rose that's within you and know that the universe does not discriminate and you are here to live a life in abundance, but the universe will serve you what you order. So let's not do that anymore. Let's not do it.
Remember, let's focus on what you would like to see happening. Let's focus on what the changes that you would like to make. Let's focus on what you enjoy. Let's focus on what brings you happiness.
Yes, and you know what's going to bring me happiness is now showing all those that stuck around the amazing beaver blood.
Ah, la, 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 la. Let's go.
Let's go. Oh, I took it off and I put it back on.
Here it comes. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful.
So that's live right there. And this is with no filter. It looked exactly like that in the sky, except that it also followed, there were stars all around it.
Well, actually, from the physical eye, it looks so much more powerful than the technology. So you will remember looking at it. It looks very, very different from this video as you looked at it from the naked eye.
It was incredible. So with the naked eye, right around it at the bottom left, it was like a dark shadow, and then it started to turn orange to red, and then lighter on the outskirts of it.
So what's happening here, like I said, when you see that shadow at the bottom, that is the moon, because obviously they're always in motion, they're always turning. So as they start to come out of alignment, that's where you'll see the shadow, and that's why you see the colors change with it as well. It's very powerful.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I'm so honored that I got to see it in person, and I'm so honored that I was also able to share it with others.
What time did you get up for this?
I got up, so I set my alarm to get up at 5:55. The universe already knew that I was excited about this because I set my intention out the night before, because I sat with the moon by myself and I set up my affirmations. And I got up actually on my own around 5:42, and I went out and I checked on my crystals that I left out all night in the moonlight. And then I couldn't see the moon. I was like, where is the moon? And then when I ran around, I actually literally ran down the street and I found it. It was just it was slowly, because, on one side, I'm seeing the beautiful sun slowly.
So powerful.
It was. I should have turned the camera because behind me, the sun was coming up. And this was at exactly 6:03. This was at 6:03. I came out around 6, but I had to set my intentions out first, my I ams, my affirmations, my love frequencies. And then something said to me, my universe says, share it out to others, because, one thing that we can do is be a blessing to others when others are unable to do things that they desire.
Yeah.
We never know.
It was 3 o'clock where I was, and I was fast asleep. So
There you go.
unless I got and here's a good test to give people. The power of your mind. If you lay down, and I've done this hundreds of times, so I find it very comical. If you lay down and you say to yourself, oh my gosh, I wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning, I guarantee you will wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I guarantee you.
I stamped that because I said to myself, I'm waking up at this time. I already set that intention, and I didn't even need my alarm. And
your mind is already your alarm.
I was really focused on that. I was aligned with it. I literally sat with the moon last night, and I woke up with the moon this morning.
I wish that humans really could obtain the same energy as the animal and the trees and the plants around, because dogs, and this is a story about one of my dogs in the past. She knew that a couple of times she would wake up at 5:55. This is what reminds me, 5:55 in the morning. And then, because she was on a vacation, she wasn't with us, she was on a vacation, and her grandma would get up and let her out. So at 5:55, every morning that she stayed with her, she woke her up, same time every morning, same time. She knew, that's the time my grandma would get up and let me outside. So I'm going to wake up. So the animal, like the plants and like the flowers and like the trees, they know when the sun comes up. They know when the sun goes down. It's energy. Everything is energy.
Truly is, and it's that circle of life. And we as humans have to understand something. Yeah, we are all nature, we're all part of it, but we have one extra, well, no, quite a few extra characteristics that make us even more phenomenal on this earth, which is imagination, creativity, perception, true understanding, love, and laughter. So let's truly celebrate the powers of nature that we already have in us. Let's celebrate those and stop constantly being, I don't even want to say it because I'm
start.
stopping it right now. But this is why I love speaking to my beautiful Dawn spiritual waitress. This was only supposed to be 20 minutes.
Oh.
But now we don't look at the time, we look at the vibration and flow. And this room absolutely was flowing constantly. There was not one time during this conversation where there wasn't a viewer. So I appreciate
you do what you need to do in the time that we have.
Yes, and it was absolutely beautiful. And everybody, you need to get this spiritual waitress in your life today. It's a great compliment to everything that I am going to share with you all. Because I'm here, and no better time than the present to get going. But you need to first be aware of that beauty and take that action.
Remember,
it's not up to us. We're here. We're here waiting, ready for you.
We can only help people who are ready to be helped.
That's right. And are ready to do the work. They're ready to do the work too, because we can give the help, but it's not magic. You have to do the work. Just as you did the work to learn to walk. We fell many a times, but did we say, forget about it, I'm just going to give up on this thing called walking? Or did we keep on getting up? Did we keep on getting up until we mastered it? Did we get bruises? Yeah. Did we get cuts? Absolutely, but we got back up. So us now as adults, stop shortchanging ourselves. Take action, do the work, believe in yourself, know that you're worthy, and know that everything is frequency and you've got this. You don't have to end with that, you've got this.
You got to end with, you got this, we got this.
Let's go. I'm going to end that at first. But again, I want to thank you all so very much for coming in. Definitely check out the replays, connect with Dawn, connect with myself, where I have some amazing group programs coming up for the Christmas holidays, because we're going to eradicate this whole new year, new me stuff. No. Okay? We are building a lifestyle that's going to be everlasting and fun and exciting because it's unique to you.
More clients calling.
Yes, they just keep on coming. They keep on coming. Absolutely. So with that being said, I'm going to leave you all with the beautiful view of the moon one last time. And again, all my love and glory and frequency to my beautiful sister queen, Miss Dawn, the spiritual.
Sending you love and abundance. Love and abundance.
Non-stop, infinite eight. So with that, this is Camille coming to you live from Toronto, Canada. That is Dawn coming to you live from Vancouver, Washington, on the other side of the continent. So don't ever say that you are limited to your location, because that is no longer there. We are everywhere, frequencies everywhere. And remember, you got this, we got this. Now let's go. Until next week, get going. Now is the time to work on you. You got this. I'm going to leave you with that moon.